Republican Herschel Walker back on the campaign trail today after a new report from the Daily Beast says the woman whose abortion he paid for also shares a child with him. Walker, though, denies these accusations. NewsNation senior correspondent Brian Entin joins us live. Brian, it seems like some in the Republican Party are still standing by him.
Yeah, Nichole, many Republican supporters of his are also standing by him. Many we've talked to say they don't believe the story. Others say even if it is true, to them it's more important that Republicans control the Senate and that they have a pro-life senator.
And I have a story.
For the first time since allegations surfaced that pro-life Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker paid for his girlfriend's abortion 13 years ago, he was back on the campaign trail this afternoon. He says the story is not true.
This here, the abortion thing is false. It's a lie.
Walker says the story, attributed by the Daily Beast to an unidentified woman who claims to be the mother of one of Walker's children, is part of a smear campaign by Democrats.
They're desperate to make this race about my family because they know they don't want to talk about Joe Biden and Raphael Warnock, what they've done to Georgia families.
But what do voters think? They're the ones who really matter, right? Will Walker's supporters stand by him? The ones we talked to said yes.
I don't have any way to prove it or disprove it, and so I take him at his word.
I believe that Herschel is a man of God. I believe that he's a man after God's own heart. I believe that Herschel may have done some things in his past that he regrets, but I believe he's repented of these things, and we all have a chance to repent of our wrongdoings.
I think Herschel's telling the truth. Unlike so many people in the White House, if we want to see some lying, we can look at the White House, because it's one after another. So I believe Herschel.
Earlier this week, Walker's opponent, Raphael Warnock, said he will let the pundits decide how the scandal will impact the race. At a rally today, Warnock did not mention Walker's drama, but emphasized that he has been the pro-choice candidate.
Women's reproductive rights are under attack. You've got a choice to make, Georgia, about who you think is ready to represent you in the United States Senate. I believe in a woman's right to choose.
What's interesting is many of Walker's supporters who we spoke to said that they would be more disappointed if he is lying about the abortion than if he just came clean and said that he made a mistake in his past. And let's not forget that the Democrat senator here running also has his own fair share of drama. He is a pastor, and his ex-wife has accused him of running over her foot and not paying child support. Nichole?
All right, Brian, thank you for that. We do want to remind you, NewsNation, the exclusive network home of the Georgia Senate debate. You can tune in next Friday, October 14th at 6 p.m. Eastern for Debate Night in America, hosted by Leland Vittert, live from Savannah. And afterward, Chris Cuomo has live analysis and reaction. That's only here on NewsNation. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.